Hey everyone, just gonna make a little video here. This here's an ag bagger I brought home. This here's a 9-foot ag bagger. The one I have is an 8-foot, a little different style. The one I have, of course, is side unloading. So this one here, I actually went looking for the bodies that kind of fed into this, and the guy said, listen, why don't you just buy everything? It's all gonna go to scrap, so just make me an offer and take it out of here. So I ended up buying this. This here was a working unit. I guess it was 4 years ago, he told me, something like that. But you can tell I mean, it's an old bagger, no question about it. Missing the PTO chef. He got to make a phone call. Guy come borrowed it, and it didn't didn't work for what he wanted. So he's going to call him, see if we can get it back. Gearbox was rebuilt. They put a couple thousand into that in rebuilding that gearbox. Last I used it. I pumped it up. The brakes, hydraulic brakes here, still work on the cables. It's 150 foot bagger. Do 150 foot with cables, I guess, on it. But sprockets, a bunch of bearings are new on it. Really not a bad old bagger, So I haven't decided. I have an 8-foot one. Like I say, it's a side loader. I kind of thought, well, for what he wanted for it, or what I could have got it, what I got it for, it's worth having here just for some of the parts off it. But honestly, there isn't a whole lot that's the same on mine. But anyways, this here, there's a few fingers here that got replaced. But yeah, it's kind of a little different in the way that it loads. But I haven't got the bodies home yet. I'm going to head up probably tomorrow and haul those down. You can see inside here, that bearing there's brand new. That sprocket was they put on new. And grease, man, that's the biggest thing to these, is load the grease to them. But yeah, I got a few things. I got the hitches for it. Of course, the hitch that goes in here to pull it this way, because these wheels turn around. This is how it's in transport mode to go down the road. And then I have the hitch for here. I haven't found the hitch yet for this side. So yeah, I may have to. So this here, you'd put like a hitch on it and it'd steer like a wagon, so you pull it down the road lengthwise. And what are you doing, little calf? What are you doing, little rascal? And you pull it down the road this way. So I kind of like this one. We'll see when I got to go get the backstop, of course, for it. I call them a soccer net, but this is like a bag backstop. And I'll get that on the next load, and then the two walking beam floors. I call them walking floors, but they basically were designed for this, and you set them on a 3-ton truck, so it works out good. I got that truck up there. Honestly, I could probably put one in the old General, take tailgate off it, and same thing, you kind of back into here, and this thing here kind of picks up, I guess, and this here will actually, I don't know how the heck it works, to be honest with you. These chains here hold that up. Somehow them bodies butt up against it, and this whole bagger will push the bodies forward. Don't mind that little calf, I got it tethered out. I didn't have time to mow the lawn, so we got them eating grass. So yeah, this here would push the body, the trucks forward as it fed into it. So quite a bit different. I kind of like this design. Actually, I was thinking about taking one of the bodies and making like a dump deck on it. Then you just dump your load onto it, and then the walking floor would just feed it up in. But for the time being, we're going to put one body on that old Ford I brought home, and the wife's going to run it, and then I'll chop. I won't use the high dump. I'll just kind of chop and blow into it. So, and then if this one works out good, I like this one, then I'm going to sell that 8-foot one. So yeah, I got the old General going. It's over there. Going to I gotta haul some chicken shit there in the morning, so I got it just drying at the box or something. But no, it's quite a bit different. So what a job was getting it on the truck. It's heavy, quite surprising. So we had to kind of pick it up back under it. I had to take the ramps off the trailer, back under it, and then I winched it up with my winch, and then they picked up the back end and then took it off. So coming off wasn't as bad, but it's different. But these bodies, the way they are, of course, I'm working on my chopper. Holy jeez. calm down. You're not following me in the house. These bodies, they're 7 foot wide, so I measured it, and the way they work out is perfect. They were kind of designed for these old trucks. And basically you set it down and it's on the floor, like in here between the floor, 7 foot. And then I make my sideboards just for this truck, and then the tailgate, of course, right? So it will sit on here, and then when you back the truck into the bagger, you plug the hydraulics into the tractor that's running the bagger, and then they didn't have a remote. I think I'm going to put a valve down so you can actually work it standing on the ground instead of being in the tractor cab. Makes more sense to me to do it that way. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then you can this here, and then this will push the truck forward as the bagger fills. But I guess that's what they explained to me anyway. So just lucky enough, I guess I picked this old truck up. That's kind of what I thought they were designed for. So this one was there, worked out pretty good. The wife's never drove standard before, so I'm going to teach her how to run it in the field anyways. And then yeah, kind of a learning experience for her, and going to be one for me, of course, too. Quite a bit different. But the other agbagger, of course, I had a New Holland silage wagon at one time, so that's kind of the route I was going to go. And then I was going to get out of corn, and now I'm going back into it again. So like anything, I've never got enough stuff, then another day's got too much. So but yeah, it's a machine for sure. And like I said, originally this farm that I bought it from, there was 4 farmers that owned this together. And of course, as years went on, they kept, you know, guys getting out of it, and this and that. And then at the end of it was down to 2. And then that guy got out of it a couple years ago, and then down to 1 guy, and then no longer than that. To be honest with you, I don't know. Anyway, these guys ended up buying a brand new Kelly Ryan that you can dump onto with a truck instead of having to use these bodies. And these bodies, one's actually pretty good shape, the other one needs some work, so I'm not really too worried about it. I got the 2, and you know, so he's gonna make a phone call tonight, and hopefully the guy has the shaft for it. Not a big deal. I see this one here, they actually used a spline, and the one time they've changed that shaft, so if he hasn't got it, I'll make something up. I got a few shafts around. So, runs 1,000 PTO. My other one doesn't. It runs 540, so this one's a little different. But anyways, it's something different to work on. I kind of like the style of it. It's the only one. I looked them out. I never found any more quite like this with that type of body. And these bodies were designed with this thing, so kind of interesting. It's old, there's no question, but you know, for all I bag, it'll be okay. So if not, you know, as I say, I can use it for parts, and you know, basically I only got scrap value in it. So anyways, yeah, that's how she goes. So we'll talk at you later.